What up, guys? The Bench Boys are back with my first NBA video for this upcoming season of the 2023-2024 season. And what better way to start it off with an NBA mock draft just a day before the draft. But before I get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to be entered into our giveaway at 500 subscribers. But let's jump into it here. Number one, obviously, Victor Wembanyama, center out of France. You know, the 7'5", a skilled center that can play like a guard. Is undoubtedly one of the best prospects since LeBron, and it's a no-brainer here. And, you know, he's going to bless this franchise if he can stay healthy for at least 10 years. And then 2 and 3 is where the big question marks land. Do the Hornets want to go guard with Scoot Henderson, or do they want to go to small forward with Brandon Miller? And I think they go small forward with Brandon Miller. I just think it makes too much sense with LaMelo. They need a versatile wing to put out there alongside LaMelo. And, you know, I think it's really a good case for either. You know, they could have a 2-guard set or have that versatility outside. And then at 3, Scoot Henderson goes to Portland. Maybe this is possibly going to be the pick, you know, tomorrow night. Or they trade this to Miami for Bam Adebayo. Those have been reports. But as of now, I have them taking Scoot and, you know, possibly putting him under Dame's wing for maybe a year and then being the franchise guy. But I don't know if they're going to actually go with that. But best available, the Trailblazers got to go with Scoot. At 4, I have Amen Thompson from Overtime Elite, small forward going to the Rockets. Be great to pair with Jalen Green. That young roster needs another forward, and that can, you know, propel them possibly to a better record than they had last year. And then at 5, my Pistons, you know, unfortunately got screwed by the lottery, but they are going to possibly get one of the better prospects in Taylor Hendricks. The power forward from UCF can bring everything to the table. If you look at his splits in college comparing to Bojan Bogdanovic, who's also on the team, they're almost identically the same. And if you put him on the court with Duren, that is a very tall and lengthy power forward center combo, and it'll wrap up the defense as well. And then if Cade and Ivy, you know, they all stay healthy and can play, this Pistons could be a very scary team, not because I'm biased, but just a scary team if you look at rosters and how good they could be with all that young talent. 6 through 10, this is where it gets interesting. I think, you know, Whitmore is the best available at this time, and I think it makes too much sense for the Magic. Walker, Anthony Black, Thompson, and Grady Dick. I think all these guys could go any of these 7 through 10. It's just a matter of needs and fits. And I think, you know, the Magic, you know, with taking them Cam Whitmore, I think the Pacers go with Walker just because they need a forward. Wizards go with point guard. Just, they definitely need one. Grady Dick to the Mavs would be interesting. You know, get another shooter alongside Luka. And we'll move to 11 through 20. And then this is where I think a lot of these players could be flip-flopped on different teams, just who they like better. But you will see probably a lot of these guys being drafted from 11 through 20. And I like Cason Wallace going to the Magic, you know, competing with Cole Anthony. I think those 2 young guards can form a good duo in the backcourt, and it's a very interesting team, this Magic, on how they will perform this season with all this talent. The Thunder, with 1 million draft picks for the upcoming years, take Derek Lively, center out of Duke. If Chet can stay healthy and add Derek Lively to the backcourt, that'll be a very, very good center position at depth-wise. You know, one come on, one come off. They will be set for a long time. Kobe Buffkin is going to Toronto out of Michigan, and they need shooters very badly alongside Scotty Barnes, and he will fit that role perfectly. Keontae George going to the Pelicans, and maybe that's a pick that gets moved in a Zion trade, or possibly, you know, getting rid of Brandon Ingram. There's lots of speculation at 14 what the Pelicans could do to possibly add a piece and whatnot. At 15, Jalen Hood-Schifino, point guard, going to the Atlanta Hawks. And this might be an interesting pick here because of Trae Young, but, you know, they could also make him a shooting guard in their sets. And, you know, he's a good shooter, great distributor of the basketball. And you put him alongside Trae Young, then I think you can get Trae Young more open on, you know, not catch and shoot, but, you know, more running around the court, passing, and really get his good looks. 16 through 20. All these guys, I think, could go higher. And just how the cookie crumbles, they don't. The most surprising, I think, is Bryce Sensabaugh out of Ohio State. He has been great last year and really proved that he should be a first-round pick. And what better way to pair him up with LeBron, get to learn under his wing for at least a year and learn from the best. And then we'll move to 21 through 30. And yes, this is updated with the Nuggets trade moving up in the draft to 29. And we'll start with 21 and 22. The Nets are going a shooting guard, power forward. They're going Jett Howard and Noah Clowney. I'd like those two guys going there and fitting alongside Mikal Bridges. The Nets could be a very interesting team to watch out for next year just because of how they masterfully had that trade. And I love that trade for them, getting Mikal Bridges for the foreseeable future. And, you add alongside Jett Howard, then you got two great shooters there. Jaime Jaquez Jr. out of UCLA is going to Portland as well. So I'm assuming they get rid of Dame, and maybe they get rid of Dame or they keep Dame and get rid of that third pick. So we're going to go with a guard here no matter what. They're going to take a guard in one of those two picks. And I think Jaquez out of UCLA is going to fit that bill. Let's say they keep Dame, you add a Jaquez and then Shaedon Sharpe, and somehow, they get a good center, then maybe the Trailblazers have the best roster they've assembled around Dame in a while. 24, I have Kris Murray, the brother of Keegan Murray, going to Sacramento, playing on the same team. And maybe it's a little bit of a slip that he should be drafted higher, but once again, how the cookie crumbles, he's going to play with his brother in Sacramento. At 25, Braden Podziemski, shooting guard out of Santa Clara. I think if you really watch his tape and look at his game, it's a great fit. They need a shooter out there in Memphis. And, Ja Morant, once he gets back from his suspension, can definitely benefit from this guy, getting off-ball screens and whatnot and creating space for Ja too. At 26, I have Oliver Maxence Prosper out of Marquette going to Indiana. The Pacers, I don't know what direction they're moving in. It's a direction, and hopefully it's up with this pick. 27, Andre Jackson Jr. out of UConn. I think, he put him in Charlotte as well. That's why I think they're going to go Brandon Miller. You take Miller up there at 2, and then they take a shooting guard here at 27. 28, I have Ryan Rupert from France. Going to the Jazz. The Jazz love their foreign players, and they really know how to develop them well. At 29, I have James Niang, center out of Spain, and this guy can be the defensive force when Jokic comes off the floor. I think he's, 7 foot, I believe, like 260. So he is a big man that can hold down the fort while Jokic is off the court, and then it'll be the perfect comp for him. And then wrapping up the first round, you have Amari Bailey, shooting guard out of UCLA, and that could possibly change as well, just because of that trade that they are getting Malcolm Brogdon. So maybe they could look to go with a forward position there. But as of right now, I think they're going to stick with Bailey. And that's going to be it for the video today. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to see my video on free agency, where NBA players will go to next. And you hit that subscribe button to be up to date with all of our other content in MLB and college football coming up soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bench Buddies are out.